Hey, good day, gentlemen. Thank you for joining me on Checkmate, the third book of the Empress Club series. We are now in chapter 10, Focus. Mike Murdoch had said, as you know, I'm a huge fan of Mike Murdoch. That's required reading in the Empress Club. He had said that broken focus is the main reason why people's lives end in ruins. Gentlemen, focus isn't even about life and death, which it is. It is also about the quality of your life until you die. You have to die. The minute you breathe, the countdown is on for when you leave this earth. And if you can determine the quality of life just through your focus, it makes sense to take it seriously. Now, let me show you how serious it is. There's a Chinese saying that says, if you chase two rabbits, both will get away. Now imagine the quality of life you would have if what you're chasing for always escapes. Gentlemen, you cannot allow yourself to be distracted by anything that interferes with you achieving your goals. That's how important focus is. Focus is all that stands between you and ruin, gentlemen. That's all it is. That's the hard, cold facts. So you've got to learn to develop your power of concentration, so that you can stay focused on what is in front of you and what is important to you. Because at the end of the day, gentlemen, I don't know about you, but the last thing you want to do is have your life go into ruins, especially when you could have avoided it, when you could have prevented it, and when you could control it. Now, of course, life isn't perfect. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what you do, what you can do. Life is life. Life is going to happen. But you can't worry about that because you do nothing. You focus on what you can do. You do your part. Like Julia Cameron says, when you do your part, the universe does its part. Well, you don't worry about what's going to happen. Nothing in life is guaranteed but your effort. So you focus on what you got to do. And hence again, the importance of focus. Take care of your benefits, your business, gentlemen. Oh, I love going on road trips. Like for me, this is a perfect example, but I was on vacation. Now, my lady and I, we going on a road trip from New York to Vermont. Well, every 100 miles, something caught our attention. So guess what? We got off course. However, we knew where we were going, so we got back on the road, went towards our destination. Another 50, 60 miles, something caught our attention. We went off course. So a 5-hour road trip, this is why focus is very important because of this. Because we were distracted, a 5-hour road trip took almost 12 hours. That's how important focus is, gentlemen. To truly focus. What I would say is being focused helps you manage your time. Being focused gives you time because you're not distracted. And you know opportunities are sealed in time. So if you're supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z and being finished at a certain time, but you got distracted, you missed the opportunity that lay beyond accomplishing your task at the time it was supposed to be accomplished. We were on vacation. That's a different matter altogether. But the point is, a 5-hour trip took 10, 12 hours because we kept going off course. There's a lesson in that right there. Even though we were on vacation, and that was the point of the road trip. To see what lies between point A and B. It was fun. Except getting lost in the mountains. That is no joke. All right, actually, it was plans, focus, but now another lesson I learned on the power of focus was in mathematics when we learned the Pythagoras theorem. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And if you ever notice, a laser never bends. A laser is always straight. Now, what that has to do with anything? See, for the triangle, if you notice the triangle, you go left or right and up. So you zigzagging to get where you have to go. But if you went the shortest distance between the 2 points, which would be the hypotenuse, is one straight line. Hence the term laser focus. So think of focus as the hypotenuse and a laser. A laser can only travel in a straight line. So think of anything you wish to accomplish. What is the hypotenuse between where I am and where I wish to go? How do I get from point A to point B with my laser and without it being broken? That's the path I take. Like I said before, focus saves you time, prevents you from wasting time, and it buys you time. Just like how we zigzag and then got back on track and got where we had to go, we lost time. If we driven straight to Vermont, we would have had an extra 6-7 hours to do something else. So if we stuck to the plan, we would have saved time, we would not have wasted time, and we would have had extra time. That's how important it is to be focused and to remain focused and to stay the course in life when you're trying to accomplish something. All right, I just said I got ahead of myself there. Focus is insurance against wastage of your resources. Be it time, energy, money. Being focused helps you manage wastage. Like take for example, like when I had my exams in school, because I wanted to pass them and take the next set of exams after that, I didn't have time to waste watching television. And that's something else. I realized, because my past had broken down, that when people say, oh, I don't have time, and he said, examine your life. Let's say you come home from work, you leave work 5 o'clock, you get home 5:30. You have to bathe, relax. So by then, and cook. So probably by 6 o'clock, now you say if you're smart, you cook enough food the night before to last for lunch, for work, and to heat up for dinner, which is what I do. So he said, now, by the time you sit down to eat, it's 6 o'clock. Well, 6:30. Then you have to clean up, 6 o'clock. So basically, well, no, 6:30, almost 7. So now you have to clean up, so it's 7 o'clock. So an hour and a half passed, which is necessary. And he said, most people sit down and watch the news at 7 until 8. So that's 1 hour. But being informed, it is worth the investment. But after 8 o'clock, most people watch their sitcoms until 10 o'clock when the movie comes on. And before you know it, it is 11:45 midnight. So from 8 to midnight, you just waste 4 whole hours. Now just imagine if you had invested that 4 hours into exercising. That would have been a proper use and management of your time. If you do it at least 4 times a week, you'll be healthier. That's money you save. You'll be better, be calm. You'll be more relaxed. You get a good night's sleep. So then you function better. So just by handling your time wisely, your resources wisely, because you focus on the goal, you reap dividends and greater returns because you're focused as opposed to just wasting your resources because you have no aim. Gentlemen, being focused is very serious, and that is why I said that in the first book that man must have a goal. You cannot be aimless. Otherwise, you're going to waste your resources. I just was saying this. Focus assures that one would invest one's assets wisely. And that is so true, gentlemen. And another benefit, I don't know, this is what my experience. So I don't know if it's scientific or anyone else has ever experienced this. I don't have scientific fact on the experience. But focus harnesses the power of the mind. I notice that when I am focused, I get good ideas, I get creative ideas. So for me, my creative process is, because some people try to be creative, my creative process actually occurs when I'm focused on something else. Sometimes something else pops into my mind and I get a good idea or I get a good solution to a problem. And that happens because I'm focused on something else. For some strange reason, it gives me good ideas and solutions to problems. So that's another benefit of being focused as far as it concerns me. Now I want to leave something with you that I hope helps you understand the power of focus, from the book called The Hagakure, written by Tetsunamu Yamamoto. If I pronounce it wrong, please forgive me. And I should know better, because I've been studying Japanese for a long time, so I should know how to say his name. Anyway, this is what the gentleman says when it comes to the Hagakure, focus from the Hagakure. I quote, "Taking an enemy on the battlefield is like a hawk taking a bird. Even though it enters in the midst of 1,000 of them, the birds, the hawk, gives no attention to any bird other than the one it first marked." Now just picture that. There's 1,000 birds and the hawk is just going after one hawk as he flies through 1,000 of them. One bird as he flies through 1,000 of them. Gentlemen, that should be how you approach life. Even in the midst of 1,000 of them, you focus only on the one you first mark. All right, gentlemen, thank you for your time. Oh, there's something else I have written here. Good thing I double checked. Now, this I learned from Napoleon Hill. I don't know who I can't remember who the quote's from, but he says that this is not an important reason why you must be focused. And the quote says, "The world makes way for a man who knows where he is going." I'll say it again for effect. The world makes way for a man who knows where he is going. This is why John Rice said you cannot be aimless. You must have a goal. You must have something to focus on. The world will make way for you. That's like similar to what Julia Cameron says. When you move, the universe moves towards you. And I'll go along with that. This is something I've noticed, that when your mind is focused, you are operating on a signal. Or being focused is like the tuning dial on a radio, for the principle of as above, so below, as within, so without. When you focus, your mind sends a signal into the universe, and the universe has to match that, because that's the principle. Like is drawn to like. Now people talk about the power of the mind, but I've learned is the power of focus that gets the universe to move, because of the principle of as above, so below, as within, so without is at play, and like is drawn to like. That's a universal law. So focus is the that's a wasp. There has to be a nest around here somewhere. Sorry about that. When you focus on something, just one singular thing, all the power of concentration is on that. You are vibrating at a certain frequency. And according to universal law, that has to be matched. And I'm sure you've heard people say that this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. And chances are they usually do it. The world makes way for them. But it appears to others as luck. See, that's because you're on the right frequency. It's not luck. You're on the right frequency because you are focused. You're tuned in. Like I said before, with the divine frequency, if you want to listen to country music, you cannot tune your radio in to rock music. It has to be tuned to the right frequency. And focus tunes you to the right frequency. Anyway, gentlemen, thank you for your time. Next, I'll see you in chapter 11, Devil in the Blue Dress. I have to go home, get all these clothes. I must be soaking wet. I'm going to bask in the sun like a lizard. So, and I hope that helps me feel better. I mean, I feel better now. Because I can breathe in deep. I'm not going in that water because it was ice cold yesterday. I'll wait till Saturday or Friday to go. I'll probably swim 1.5 miles to make up. Anyway, thank you for joining me in Checkmate. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.